Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Yeah.
Now this is what is this? The 7th Transformers movie.
Yeah.
But it's not a part 7. A while back there was this elderly man who did a video thinking that this was a prequel to the Michael Bay movies. And I had to call out that senile gentleman and remind him that Bumblebee was a hard reboot, actually soft reboot.
This is such bullshit. I had the stupidest dumb argument with a person in the YouTube comments about this. They're like, It was never planned. It was never planned that Bumblebee was going to lead into the Michael Bay movies. I'm like, bitch, the movie ends with Bumblebee going into the same parking lot that he shows up at in the Michael Bay intro, and he turns into the same version of the car. Like, they did it intentionally to lead into Michael Bay.
Nope, because Unicron should be the Earth.
Well, yeah, obviously that's nothing.
And also Optimus Prime shouldn't be there. Like, again, it was a soft reboot. They're picking and choosing what they liked, but Bumblebee started over.
T-Money, you're right.
Yes,
that's what it ended up becoming, but that's not what the plan was from day one.
No. You're right. Bumblebee 1, it started off as a prequel, and they clearly, which I think was a smart choice, they clearly changed their mind. They just changed their mind really late into production. Because John Cena's character is some government guy from the first Michael Bay movie. It's like, well, he amounts to nothing now. So anyway, Rise of the Beasts, continuing from where Bumblebee left off. I liked the first Michael Bay movie. I was let down by the second one. I enjoyed parts of the third one, but it was shit after that. Bumblebee won me back a little bit. But this one, I think this one is like probably what Transformers fans want. I think they finally found the balance of human characters actually making the Autobots feel like they're part of the narrative and not just there for action scenes. It felt like an episode of the cartoon, to be honest. It's like, oh, there's this device and we got to do this. And here's the new bad guy. Overall, I thought it was pretty solid. I mean, not the greatest thing ever, but it was solid for what it was. I don't know. What did you guys think?
Well, I've actually never seen any Transformer movies ever.
Wow.
So this was an experience. I dig the human leads, I guess you want to classify the humans in this movie. I think they portrayed like the humans struggle nicely against like giant robots. Anthony Ramos is a relatable, likable character. I thought the relationship between the humans and the robots were handled good. Like the robots were like really weary of the humans, which from what I understand was not the case like in previous movies. Like they've worked together. What do you call the animal bots?
What are they? The Maximals?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
They are fucking awesome. Those were sick as hell. And the opening sequence of the animal bots was badass. And like I said, they look amazing. And the soundtrack, best part of the movie, the soundtrack was banging, dude.
Yeah, the last one was 80s. They jumped to the 90s for this one. Gil, what did you think?
I didn't see the movie.
Good job, Gil. Wyatt, what did you think?
He saw the opening. He saw the opening, and he's got a lot to say on
it. Okay, well,
totally, I'm not there.
Adam, what did you think of this film? Even though I know it's your opinion doesn't matter because you don't understand the rich lore and the multiple timelines, but keep going.
Well, unlike Joey C, I've seen all of the Transformers films. I celebrate the entire catalog. I'm like Tony. I liked the first one quite a bit, and then it just completely nosedives pretty hard every movie after. There's parts in 2 and 3, and I think Shia's pretty fun as like a human lead, and Megan Fox is fun to look at, so you got that going. This one, I don't know. It was okay. It was okay as a takeaway. I thought the humans in here were kind of lame for the most part. And they made less sense than the Sam Witwicky stuff. Yeah. Like the humans here where Optimus is like, all right, let's throw their ass in this building so they can walk through a hallway that we can't fit through. That was legitimately one of the things they had to do. I
did like that the Transformers are using them to carry out their mission. They're like, hey, we can't do this. Go in there and do that.
I did laugh really hard at a spot, like it's pretty early on, but Optimus shows up, badass as he always is with the sword and everything. And then the it's not a Decepticon. I can't remember what the villains are called in this. The Scourge or something.
Sporg or something.
Sporg.
I think it's Scourge. I don't remember what
Scourge or Scourge. But anyway,
which I think is Peter Dinklage, which is pretty funny. I think Scourge is the guy. I don't know what the team name is though. But
okay, the Unicron Bros. But Optimus Prime throws a punch, and the main bad guy blocks it and hits it back, and Prime is like, impossible. And I'm thinking like, what? You get your ass kicked constantly. But then I had to be like, oh wait, this is a reboot, and we technically have only seen him be cool in Bumblebee for a little bit. Yeah. So the whole soft reboot thing is kind of confusing my brain, because although they do look kind of different from the Michael Bay ones, they're still pretty close, at least close enough, as far as how
I will say the last movie was pretty good with their designs, kind of making them a little bit more like the cartoon. They still kind of doing this, but they're starting to make them a little too busy again. They got to reel that back in, because that was what was refreshing about Bumblebee. It's like, oh, they actually look like Transformers. For the first time, not just hunks of metal, and now they're getting a little too busy. I usually hate Pete Davidson, except for the beginning of The Suicide Squad, because he got shot in the face. Because I was like dreading that movie. I'm like, if I got to hear this fucking guy's voice, and then as soon as he got shot, I'm like, give James Gunn the entire DC universe. Just give him the whole universe. Pete Davidson was fine. He was kind of annoying in it. I like the human characters. Adam, you said you didn't like them, which means I guess you just hate strong Puerto Rican leads. And our Puerto Rican correspondent, Mike, the bearded outlaw, he will have some things to say to you about that. He will be calling you out later.
Side note, didn't the main guy really sound like John Leguizamo, or was it just me? I thought he sounded a lot like.
I guess they all just sound alike to you, Adam.
Well, yeah, obviously,
that's very offensive.
They all sound the same. They all look the same. But he specifically sounded a lot like Leguizamo. I'm like, is he related to this guy?
Real quick, guys. Did anyone see Adam make a single tweet about African American Music History Month this month?
No.
Hey, show of hands, fam. Who saw The Blackening in theaters and supported people of color, African film?
Shit, you got me there. That was another one. That was another one I really, really wanted to see, and I just forgot.
You forgot.
Because I saw the first half hour of it. It was great. Just keep going back to that. Will
I didn't really like it that much. I thought it was okay, and then of course, like the comments were great. You didn't understand it. You're white. Like, okay, all right.
I can just imagine Gil just in the theater going like, "Well, I love them all so much. I don't want to see any of them die." I'm just kidding.
right, guys.
I did really want to see The Blackening. That movie actually looked pretty good.
It does look pretty funny.
Yeah. But no, I didn't get a chance to see it because I was celebrating African American music history. Anyway, so I think that's all we got to say about Transformers. I thought it was a fun and fine time. Had a big action scene at the end. It gives you everything you kind of want. I like that the human got a robot suit. It kind of reminded me of the old animated movie where Spike has like a robot suit. And then it leaves off with a G.I. Joe post-credit sequence, which I don't think it's related to the most recent G.I. Joe movie because no one fucking saw that thing. So that's getting rebooted again. Are you excited for another G.I. Joe reboot?
Oh yeah. Can't wait. So
do you think I have obviously my kids, they don't even know what G.I. Joe is.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out who they're even doing this for at this point.
Yeah.
The big reveal at the end is for us sad middle-aged men who are going to Transformers 7. Like,
well, they did a Snake Eyes movie like a year or two ago.
No one saw that.
Yeah, because they released it and not like when lockdown was starting to loosen up and people were too afraid to go to the theater, but also people weren't going to risk it for a G.I. Joe Snake Eyes. And also Snake Eyes thing is that he's a ninja who doesn't talk, and then the whole movie in the trailer he's just talking nonstop and he doesn't wear his mask once. And it's like, okay, apparently he doesn't. I didn't watch the movie, but apparently he doesn't get the suit until the post-credit sequence or something.
Oh my god.
And they put that shit in the trailer to make you think he wears it most of the time. But yeah, I enjoyed. It's probably the best Transformers movie. Although I personally enjoyed the Michael Bay one. That's more for nostalgia.
No,
If you're
it's better. It's better.
If you're a hardcore Transformers fan, like of the franchise and stuff, this is probably more up your alley.